Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Honor and I really like talking about music. Today I thought we'd go back in time and revisit my worst music phases, because if you think I'm cringe-worthy now, boy are you in for a shock. This is gonna get ugly, so sit back, relax and brace yourself, and we will start at the first phase I can remember, which we're gonna call the I think I know what rock is phase. This phase started in the very early years of primary school and consisted of a diet of Avril Lavigne, McFly and Busted. I genuinely thought that I was listening to my generation's Mick Jagger when Danny Jones took to the stage, you know? I truly thought that I was in the rock and roll scene because Busted sang a song about crashing a wedding. I was so influenced by them that in year 3 I had a rock chick themed birthday party at the roller skating rink, and that's what I chose to wear. I'm already like dying on the inside. I've got to give little Honor credit though, because this is where it all started with, you know, bands that play guitars for me. And you know what? McFly still slaps. Have you heard Please Please? Then at the end of primary school, when puberty kind of hit and boys became more interesting, not to be confused with interested in me, because that didn't happen for a very long time, still kind of doesn't happen. Justin Bieber hit the airwaves. Yep, you better believe it, baby. I was one of them. The colour purple became very prominent in my life. I convinced my mum that year to have a purple themed Christmas tree. I watched the Never Say Never documentary over 100 times. Yes, I did keep count in my purple diary. I made, actually, I don't know if I want to say this on camera actually. I made a Bible. Yes, that's a Bieber Bible. It was just filled with random facts and pictures and trivia and like his old tweets. Oh, you want to know when he's born? March 1st, 1994 at 12:56 AM on a Tuesday. The fact that I can recall that at any moment is horrifying. It is etched so deep in a part of my brain that I can't get to. I've tried getting rid of it. Truly, I've tried. Luckily, the Bieber phase didn't last that long. But you know, just as my undying love for Bieber was dying, One Direction came along. It was just like JB, except they were British and the music was slightly better, the hair was definitely better, and there was 5 of them. I will actually never apologise for this phase of my life because I had so much fun and I made so many friends in this time. Now, I was a Louis girl, which totally explains the unobtainable guys that I constantly crush on. Let me know who your favourite 1D lad was and what year of your 20s you realised that it heavily influenced your taste in men. If you haven't had a pop boy band phase, I heavily implore you to do so, because it is a world everyone needs to explore at least once. It is wild. Honestly, I kind of miss those times. Everything was so much simpler. The only stressful thing we had to invest in was whether or not Larry Stylinson was canon. But now I have to worry about investment portfolios, which is bullshit if you ask me. As fun as it was, still cringy. Here's some pictures of me in my One Direction phase. The fact that I had the audacity to question why people didn't want to be friends with me. One of the best moments for me in that phase was when they came to Perth with McBusted as support. McFly and Busted as one supergroup. Can you imagine how much my teenage brain was freaking out about that? My 22-year-old brain would freak out about that. I would probably cry if that happened again. I'm big on crying. Now obviously we're in high school now. I had a really rough time at high school. I dealt with a lot of bullying. I never really felt like I had a group that accepted me. You know, just felt generally like an outcast. So when 5 Seconds of Summer popped up on the scene, it piqued my interest. They were a bit edgier. They played guitars on the stage. One of them had coloured hair. So this was the beginning of the like, screw the system era for me. I got obsessed. I had it bad. Like I would just spend hours watching videos of these 4 boys, hoping that one day they would see me in the crowd at a concert and asked me to go on tour with them so I could get away from the cretins that I had to spend 5 days a week with at school. Oh my god, when the Don't Stop EP came out and I heard Rejects, I'd found my anthem. I would seriously play this song at like the fullest volume on my iPod Touch. No, not even Touch, I had like a Nano at that point. It like literally to the point where it would hurt my eardrums, but I just, it would prepare me for the day at school, just walking in with this blast in my ears. I was a very dramatic teenager, clearly, but it, you know, it prepped me to deal with going to school in a Golden Triangle area. Rich kids are the worst. You hear, you know, that my daddy's a lawyer, stereotype, and then you get into the academic program at a school that's 45 minutes away and you realise, oh my god, they're real, these people exist, and they suck. So 5 Sauce was a little bit of like an escape for me. It represented a little bit of normality, and I kind of connected with that sort of outsider feeling. Are they the reason that I did this to my hair? Yep. Yes, they are. And that's the only photo that exists of that hair for good reason. Looking back, they definitely weren't as edgy as I thought they were, but it did make me go back and study the founding fathers. If I was gonna wear a Ramones shirt to a 5 Sauce gig, I was gonna know their discography. Don't get that twisted. 5 Sauce led me to my absolute adoration of Joe Strummer, and obviously punk, and then that led me to the politics of punk and everything it stands for, which shapes largely a lot of what I stand for now. And then once I made that journey backwards, I went back up again, like discovering things like New Wave and Britpop. Obviously with the help of my dad, he brought us up on like anything Paul Weller did, anything Richard Ashcroft did, the Gallaghers, you know. And now I have an objectively superb music taste. Like, you absolutely cannot argue with me on that one. So I guess the moral of the story is to be grateful for those cringe-worthy phases, because it has brought you to this moment now. I'm actually paid to work in music. Huh? How'd that happen? Now that I've exposed myself, it's your turn. I dare you to comment the most embarrassing thing you did as a young fan in the comments below. Do it. What are you scared of? No, seriously, do it. It'd be funny. If you enjoyed this, like, comment, subscribe for more music related content. Before I go, I just want to thank you all for 300 subscribers. That was my goal before the end of the year, so that meant a lot. Let's see if we can get to 350 before New Year's Eve. That'd be crazy, right? Have a lovely day, and I will see you in my next video.